Do you ever find yourself sitting in quarantine reminiscing about the days when we were all touching our faces and bam, you're bitten by a repressed memory from high school? Well, I thought I would share just such a memory because I am certainly not above embarrassing myself on the internet. Let me set the scene for you. It was February 2008. I was a sophomore in high school. The US Senate had just banned the CIA from waterboarding. The Writers Guild of America had just voted to end their strike. I was making YouTube videos, hey, but I had no idea what to do with my eyebrows, so please don't go look at those. It was the morning of Valentine's Day, and my socially awkward teenage self just wanted to make it through the day. I was freaked out to find my friends all crowded around my locker because my locker was not the morning meetup spot. That was Marta's locker. And they were giggling. So I began to panic as they stepped aside to reveal 24 red roses hanging from my locker. Wild. I really love symbolism and what the symbolism of different flowers mean. And let me tell you, red roses mean it's on. I was not prepared. I was off and out. I did not know what to do, so I grabbed the flowers, stuffed them in my locker, crushing most of them, and ran to class. Class wasn't for another 20 minutes, but I had to get out of there because it felt like I was on fire. As I was making my getaway, I heard my algebra teacher slash track coach, who watched this whole scene unfold, say to my friends, "You guys, that wasn't a very nice prank to play on Alexis." I was mortified. In my head, I was like, hey, I'm cute, I have substance, I'm smart, I'm kind of funny, I'm totally worthy of romantic attention. Why are you assuming this is a prank my friends are pulling on me, and that I also have terrible friends that would do something like this? So let's review. I already felt like I was on fire, but that roast burnt me to a crisp. Anyways, things got worse from there. I found this horribly written, cringeworthy, yet heartfelt poem in my locker, which at the end of it asked me to meet the writer who misspelled secret admirer by the vending machines at the end of the day. We've all seen this in movies. It's like, finally, I have garnered the attentions of a potential suitor. But in real life, it's creepy. It's anxiety inducing. It's just a lot to process. That someone's been watching you from afar, deciding they like you, or the idea of you, or something. I got so paranoid. I was like, who is this anonymous agent of affections? Who is this phantom that's fond of me, and how dare they? At the end of the day, I sprinted out of school. Like, I was in track, but I was a long distance runner. But that day, it was a full out sprint, like, put me in the 400, coach. Maybe that's why Mr. Levine thought that the roses had to be a prank. Because, like, in his mind, he was like, well, she's just average at algebra. She's terrible at sprints and hurdles, which he was the coach of. So, based on those two categories, he concluded no bros could be interested in me. Yeah, that's how I'm reframing that memory from now on. Anyways, I didn't want to know who it was. I was all about avoidance. And by the time I found out who it really was, I really didn't want to know. Because it was my best friend, John. And you're like, classic, so sweet, what a fairy tale. No! It ruined our friendship. Then everyone in our grade found out about it, and people who I had never even spoken to before would come up and interrogate me because they were so swept up in our love story that they had to ask, why won't you just give them a chance? And I had to defend myself with, well, first of all, I am in no way obligated to do anything. Second, I know him really well, and I think it would be quite cruel of me to give him a chance, being that I don't like him that way. I know we're not compatible romantically, and I'm not attracted to him. So why don't you give him a chance? You have my blessing, and you are welcome to leave me alone. I would love to know if there's anyone else out there who's had such an adverse reaction to having a secret admirer, because it's so romanticized in movies and music and the stories we tell each other. And for me, it was a 0 out of 10. Would not be want anyone romanticizing me from afar again. Because I thought that maybe my dramatic dislike of the whole thing was because I was insecure and couldn't handle positive romantic attention at 15. But then years later, when I was working at an ad agency in LA, someone sent me an orchid plant on Valentine's Day, and I thought it was my boyfriend at the time. So I texted him and he was like, no, I didn't get you anything. But if you want to come over to my apartment later, we can get Indian takeout and make out. So then I was at work freaking out. Who are these from? This again. But this time I did a little detective work, some reconnaissance. I figured out that the nearest flower shop was a shop that exclusively sold orchids. Went on their website. The plant I got looked exactly like one of the Valentine's Day specials. So I called them and I'm like, hello, I got these flowers. I don't know who they're from. Can you tell me who they're from? And they're like, no, because of privacy, we can't reveal our client. And I was like, this is really serious. I concocted a lie that I had a stalker who had violated my restraining order in the past, and that this was making me very upset, and that I needed to know who they were from. That didn't work either. So then I haphazardly invoked the Freedom of Information Act, and then I think at that point they were just so annoyed with me that they told me, we can't really tell you because that person paid in cash, so we don't know. So then I was stumped and anguished with the inconclusive case. So then I gifted the plant to a coworker, which in turn forced the culprit out of the woodwork of the office. He was confused why I gave the orchids away, and then accidentally revealed they were from him. I'm really not sure which situation was more uncomfortable, the best friend or the coworker. That case remains to be uncracked. So let me know, I'm curious what the consensus is. Do you think secret admirers are romantic? Because I consider myself to be stupid romantic, and I gotta say, secret admirers, not romantic at all. In fact, I would highly caution you against ever becoming one. I already got the shot that I needed for the beginning of this video, but I'm just gonna keep eating these olives.